Oh man, yes sir. I'm pumped, man. It's tough, I'm gonna start off. Tennessee game, Purdue. That's tough. I mean, Tennessee, like I told y'all, I was like Tennessee about 2 years when they get something. Let's say about 2 years when they get like a young quarterback, and then like a Bryce Young type QB. And so, just a 5-star. I mean, they had Harrison Bailey. He transferred though. But let's say like 2 years, because Josh Heupel, I mean, he gonna be like Lane Kiffin of the East. Like Tennessee gonna be the Ole Miss of the East. Simple. Like they get the talent. Like they no huddle. Like you looking like, okay, they getting 3 yards, 4 yards, 2 yards, 3 yards. Like they ain't really scoring. Then you look like, dog, they ran 105 plays. Like this how Tennessee is. Like you like, okay, they ain't really, it's like, okay, they got 28 points. But oh, they ran 78 plays already. Like that's how Tennessee, and like I said, with a few, Hendon Hooker, let's say that Hendon Hooker, have a good QB. Next year, let's say they do good. Get a few players on defense, some good transfers, day one impact starters, good recruiting class on defense. And like I say, they can be like the top 3 team in the East, behind Georgia. They could be Georgia for Georgia. Then you got Florida and Tennessee fighting it out. With South Carolina and Missouri fighting it out for the 4th spot or whatever. In Kentucky, 3rd or 4th. Either way. I mean, that's tough. Good game by Purdue and Tennessee. Michigan State. Oh, I got hiccups. Michigan State versus Pittsburgh. Kenny Pickett out of that. 2nd string quarterback get hurt. 3rd string quarterback come in. I mean, dude wasn't even supposed to play. Dude, no, he didn't even think he was gonna play. I mean, you 3rd string quarterback. I mean, even though the 1st string quarterback out of that, but you 3rd string quarterback. He ain't probably played. He ain't played all year. And he's got to go win a bowl game. Like that's tough. Like they were driving down the field. Dude, made some good throws on 4th down or whatever. 3rd or 4th down. Got to the red zone, man. He's not. I feel bad for dude. Like he's not even put in that situation. I mean, I know you want to get the win, but just like take the field goal, attempt the field goal, or run the ball. Maybe break a huge run and score a touchdown. Don't put your 3rd string quarterback in a situation where he got to throw the win. He don't have to. We could just get the game in the field goal. The kick and miss, then so be it. But and go to overtime. Let them settle down. Let them settle down. Reed get a close range where you get a 1st down in his mind. You get a field goal. In overtime, whatever. Like don't let him come in and throw it every time to try to get a touchdown by throwing the ball. Like run the ball. Like you were in field goal range. You got timeouts. And he threw a pick 6. Man, I hate it for him. Like, it was a pick, good play. I mean, he was doing it all, quick read, trying to make a quick read. It was a cover 2 blitz, or cover 3 blitz. Cover 3 blitz fake. Act like the linebacker, act like he was coming to blitz, and he dropped back in coverage, and he threw the slant right to him. Pick 6. Tough. Game over. I mean, Penn State, Pittsburgh, they could have tied it up, or possibly won the game, but that pick 6, by the 3rd string quarterback, it's tough, and it's horrible for games like, Kenneth Walker. I mean, Kenneth Walker is a very good running back, arguably the best running back in college. I mean, it depends on how you look at it, but it's like a running back. One running back out is nothing like having a 3rd string quarterback over your Heisman Finals quarterback. And the thing is, like, that's tough. Because Michigan State, they defense, they all passing game. It's not good. Kenny Pickett, he could have had like 500, 600 yards passing. Either way, but I ain't here to talk about that. I'm here to talk about it. It's game day, baby. Georgia, Michigan, Bama, Cincinnati, Let's get hyped, man. Let's go. I mean, you know, like I said, I told you about Michigan. I mean, Cincinnati. Like I said, they secondary good as advertised. And with Desmond Riddle, I know, like, man, like I said, Cincinnati really had to open up the playbook all year. I mean, they playbook sample size been just beat teams off their star players. Mark Gardner, Kobe Bryant, Miles Sanders, you know, Jerome Ford, Desmond Riddle. You know, they ain't really had to really open up their playbook. And the thing is, like, Desmond Riddle, with his arm, you know, and his legs, ability where he could run, like, that could, like I said, Georgia last year, I know it was last year, but Georgia was getting to him, but he was buying more time. That's what, like, bro was running around, Nolan Smith chasing after him, Adam Anderson chasing after him, Azeez Ojulari chasing after him. He's spinning around, you know, then throw a good pass, you know, to a wide open receiver. You know, that was different until, you know, Georgia had a game plan for him, and they ain't let him go outside. They forced him back inside, you know, finally. You know, where Jordan Davis and all them big boys was. But either way, like, Desmond Riddle, like, this could be his game, you know. Regardless of what he do in the national championship, if they beat Bama. If he beat Bama, dude going second round. I mean, it's all to it. Dude going second round. You know, and possibly first. You know, it depends how you play. But, like, Cincinnati could upset Bama. I mean, I doubt it. If Cincinnati got, you know, what Bama want to do, like, it just, Bryce don't have all the time in real, you know, it's a route. Like I say, no matter how good your secondary is, you know, elite quarterback, and elite wide receivers, they gonna make it look like it ain't nothing. And I hate that happen because, you know, like what I said, Mark Gardner had a lot of touchdowns in so many games. Like, if Jameson Williams guard him, Jameson Williams might have 3 touchdowns on him. And then it's like, man, like, Mark Gardner's so good. Then he finally played elite wide receiver. He got 3 touchdowns put up on him. Like an AJ Terrell. Like AJ Terrell did like Jamar Chase did AJ Terrell. No, that's what the game could be. Like, Jameson Williams might score 3 touchdowns on Sauce Gardner or whoever, you know, or Kobe Bryant or whatever, you know. Either way, I ain't worried about that. Alabama, Michigan. Georgia, I thought, man, I'm tripping, but that means Georgia loses to Alabama, you know, dude. I'm tripping. Say Alabama, Michigan. So that means Georgia loses to Michigan. And Alabama, Michigan playing Natty. I'm tripping. What's going on here? I should have started the video over. It's already 8 minutes now. Either way, Georgia, Michigan. I'm hyped, man, you know. I already told you how I feel. You know. I mean, Georgia could very well lose the game. I mean, I ain't gonna say, oh, Georgia has no chance to lose this game. Like, Michigan, where I see it, it's like a 65-35. You know, I mean, 65% Georgia, 35% Michigan. Michigan can very well, like I say, the game got to be played, and the game it's a series of 1, not a series of 3. That's not my football. Like, that's why I'm betting a lot of money, because it's like, man, like, a team could play their worst on this day, but it could be the better team, you know, roster-wise. You know, quarterback, running back, wide receiver, all gonna have the best day. But it could be their worst day, like they can't catch. The dude's fumbling the ball. Quarterback can't hit the side of a barn. You know, like, anything can happen. You know, punt return. Like Oklahoma, you know, Oklahoma State game, dude fumble the punt return, then Oklahoma, you know, all that. Like, anything can happen. But it's just the fact, I think, you know, because David Ojabo, he get talked about his pass rushing. But Jamari Sawyer, he gonna test his run defense. Like, you know, I know David Ojabo a good pass rusher, but I don't really hear him about running his run defense. I mean, I know Aiden Hudson, he all around, but I don't hear him about David Ojabo rush defense. And, you know, Destiny Hill, I'm pretty sure he gonna play. You know, Harbaugh being a secret about it, but he gonna play. You know, at first he told me he might not play, but he gonna play. I think he already in Miami. You know, that's Hill versus Brock Boswell will be a good matchup. But I mean, I know Michigan got speed. But it's like I said, that Iowa game didn't help Michigan get better. I mean, Georgia, they got punched in the mouth. They got uppercutted. They got, sidestep, everything versus Bama, But the thing is, they went up 10-0 until somehow William Poole want to blow a coverage and James Williams. I mean, they had Bryce Young sacked. Third down, they could have got off the field. Somehow Bryce Young, he broke the tackle, spent around and scored. That's what I'm saying. Like, you watch that game, it's like, man, you watch, and recency bias, that's the thing. Recent bias and transfer property has been wrong all year. All year has been wrong. And Alabama versus Georgia versus the last hope. If Georgia would have won, they was like, okay, maybe transfer property do it. But that game showed it didn't work. Like, think about it. People talking about Michigan. When Michigan lost to Michigan State, it was like Ohio State blow Michigan State out. Like, it was like 56-7. Yeah, 50. It was like, oh man, Michigan State was, they got killed by Ohio State. Michigan had no chance. People forgot that Michigan, they was playing at home. I know it's all this year, but they was playing at home. And Ohio State, they struggled running the ball really all year. I mean, they had a few good games they broke out. But all in all, like, they, Trey Henderson, a true freshman running back. Like, I noticed he won. If he see a lane, he gonna go. As far as like making plays, he cut back and able to read running, that wasn't him. So you got the crowd on your side, the first round pick DN and a top 20 pick defensive end, and CJ Stroud hold the ball way too long anyway, and he don't run. CJ Stroud don't run, he might run around, but he don't run straight. He don't run vertically. He might run horizontal, but he not vertically for some reason. And the crowd's on Michigan's side. The O-line barely could hit. And you want to drop back 40 times and throw the ball. And the thing is, Ohio State defense had no answer from Michigan. Michigan was getting 3 yards, then 2 yards, then 10 yards, then 5 yards, 3 yards, 13 yards, then 3 yards, 4 yards, then 30 yards. Like, from running the ball. That's what the game was. Michigan had their way running the ball against Ohio State. They had 99 rushing yards, 295 rushing yards, either way. Jay had like 179 passing yards. That's what I'm saying. Like, and that's not like Oregon that run all on Ohio State. Minnesota that ran all, like Michigan, Ohio State got running backs and safeties playing linebacker. Like, most of these dudes got running backs, don't even really know the game. The gaps, and not really physical, not even, taking on offensive linemen. They running backs playing linebacker and all that. That's what I'm trying to, like, you didn't beat Ohio State by passing the ball. You beat them, they not as good at is the rush defense. Like, I don't care what stats say. Yeah, you could look good at rush defense versus the Rutgers and Maryland and Indiana. But they rush defense against teams that actually knew how to run the ball and had good running backs. Come on, man. Either way, I'm hyped about this game, man. I'm hyped. Like I said, Georgia could very well lose this game. I got, like, so many scenarios Georgia could lose this game. Like, like, Georgia down 3. Then instead of, Stetson try to get too greedy, throw a pick 6. Throw an interception in general. Georgia got no timeouts or something then. Boy, oh my God, I hate for that to happen, dog. Or Georgia, third down, 3rd and 11. Georgia's playing great defense, and then next thing you know, Georgia's up by 2 or 3. Since Michigan out of field goal range, then they get a horrible pass interference call. Then Michigan get a new fresh set of downs in field goal range, in which can kick the game on the field goal. There's so many. Aiden Hutchinson or Jabo get a game-winning strip sack or something. Georgia marching down the field, you know, they in field goal range, down by 2, or Michigan up by 2, and Georgia could kick the game with a field goal. Then David Jabo, Aiden Hudson, you know, seal the game with a game-winning strip sack or something. Like, it's so many on both sides of the ball. You know, Georgia side, Michigan side, that these teams can win the game. Like I said, I already said, I feel like Georgia gonna win by double digits. Like, it's gonna be a double-digit game, but it's gonna be like a double-digit game, like kind of like the Georgia-Alabama game, where it's like Michigan, they get in the red zone, but instead of, you know, kicking the field goal, they feel like they gotta go for it, and on 4th and 3, 4th and 4, you know, Georgia just clamped down and they don't score. Like, that's, you know, and then Cade Macaroni, he makes, you know, an interception. He throws a pick 6 and make the game look worse than it is. That's how I feel like. I feel like Georgia, like I said, Georgia's gonna win by double digits. You know? But hey, man, it's gonna either way. I know it's gonna be a hard hitting game. Whoever team wins, you know, it's gonna be a hard hitting game. You know, it's a lot of players. You know, a lot of good talent on defense. Dog. Like, I mean, this like. I mean, Georgia got like 9 players on defense. You know, they're gonna be playing in the NFL though this year. You know, Michigan got like 3 or 4. Possibly, it depends. Maybe 5. You know, it depends how they do. You know, but I don't think Georgia lose twice. You know, Michigan playing so good. You know, they down for a loss. You know, Georgia. I don't think Georgia lose twice, and I don't think Georgia lose to a quarterback like Cade Macaroni. And that's the thing, like JJ McCarthy, like, I feel like he messes up too. Or somebody, like, you know how Michigan love doing those trick plays where this player, like the ball touched like 3 players' hands, like the end around, like the quarterback got it, and he tosses to the running back, and the running back tosses to the wide receiver, you know. And, you know, something like that, like all that, I feel like it's gonna cost them. Like, the game gonna be good. The game gonna be like 6-3. You know, then Michigan try to get a good play, like on 3rd and 5 or something. You know, try to catch Georgia sleeping and try to pick up like a 7-8. Then it just cost them. You know, then they turn the ball over like Trayvon Walker or somebody be sitting there already and it cause a fumble. Then Georgia get it, and then go up, you know, 13-3. You know, and then it's like, man, then, you know, again, you know, Michigan get a field goal, 13-6. Then they try to catch Georgia sleeping again. You know, the ball, like the play with Dajon Edwards. I said Dajon Edwards, I'm talking about Georgia. Donovan Edwards, you know, threw that touchdown out. I mean, I feel like he's going to throw a pick 6 again. Like, he's going to try to, you know, throw the ball. A horrible pass. You know, I ain't going to say a pick 6, but an interception. It's going to be a horrible interception. Our Georgia player going to be right there. He's going to be an easy interception, gifted interception. He's going to be right there waiting on the ball, come down to him. But it's some, you know, that's what I'm saying. Like Georgia hasn't relied on no trick plays. I mean, I don't think Georgia, I want to say, less than 3. I mean, for a trick, I mean, they had end rounds. End rounds were not really trick. I'm talking about like trick play with a flea flicker, or like, you know, where Georgia throw it, and the wide receiver throw the football, and the running back throw the football. Like, Georgia had like less than 5. I mean, Michigan, they scored a lot of explosive plays off that. Most of their explosive touchdown, you know, took big plays was off that. A lot of them, besides like just running the ball or the middle and, you know, or end around. But for like, they had a lot of trick plays. And Georgia, that's one thing about it. Like, I know Michigan got speed. You know, I'm not scared of Haskins. I mean, we face running backs like Haskins all year. But Corum and Edwards, you know, definitely, you know, Edwards in the passing, like, dude, talented. You know, Donovan Edwards, he talented. I mean, it was Michigan and Georgia down to the final 2. You know, Michigan and Georgia was his final 2 picks. Of course, you know, he chose Michigan his home time, in the home state. Tough. But I mean, I was, you know, but Donovan Edwards, you know, he get matched up on Quay Walker. You know, he might could take advantage, you know. But either way, you know, I feel like I said, I feel like Georgia gonna win. You know, and don't tell me about my bias, because like I said, I had Georgia losing to Alabama. But all year I said Georgia gonna win that. I said Georgia gonna lose to Bama. Just like David Pollack said. David Pollack said exactly what I said. I said Georgia gonna lose the Bama SEC championship, but they was gonna beat them in the Natty. David Pollack said, I think it was around the Arkansas game, you know, he said the same thing. He said Georgia gonna lose Alabama or the Clemson game, something like that. Around that, anyway, David Pollack said Georgia gonna lose Alabama SEC championship, but beat them in the national championship. And I feel like it's gonna happen too. I mean, either way, I say it all year. Georgia's gonna win that championship, regardless if they play Michigan, Ohio State, you know, had to play Alabama, Texas A&M, you know, anybody. So all that trash talking to Michigan, you know, I didn't say trash talk. I ain't really say it. I just stay number facts. But all this stuff I said about Michigan and you know, clowning about the running backs and the wide receivers and the DBs, that could have been Cincinnati. That could have been, you know, Alabama. That could have been Ohio State. You know, so either way, Clemson could have been Clemson again. You know, we could have played Clemson. You know, if we lost them the first time and got a rematch and play. Either way, it could have been anybody. It just Michigan just had to play Georgia. So you know, I just made a video. And like I say, you know, none of my bias. Don't tell me about I'm a biased Georgia fan or my videos and all that. All my comments on Instagram, YouTube, and number facts. I mean, when you look at it, Georgia don't lose the quarterbacks like Cade McElroy. I mean, they can. I mean, if Michigan play a whole game, Georgia play bad, you know, and Georgia start missing field goals, and Michigan make their field goals, like all that factored in. You know, a great punt return, kickoff return, block field goal, block punt. You know, all that play a factor in the game. But first, like straight matchup on matchup, like no special teams, none of that. Georgia don't lose the quarterbacks like Cade McElroy. You look at like Joe Burrow, Kyle Trask, Bryce Young, you know, all those, you know, Tua, Jalen Hurts, you know, all those quarterbacks that Cade McElroy, he not in their range. Can he do that? Yes. Yes, he is now? No. Next year, he could be Heisman finalist. I care. You know, Cade McElroy, he could be a Heisman finalist. You know, and be a first rounder. Is he that now? No. So Georgia, that's why I feel like Georgia not gonna lose this game. You know, but like I said, all those other facts, like I said, special teams, block punts, you know, Ada Hudson getting strip sacks, Stetson Bennett throwing pick sixes, you know, all that play a part in this game. But like I say, I feel like Georgia's gonna win. I mean, Georgia don't lose back to back. I mean, can they? Yes. I mean, I know Michigan gonna win the national championship. Do I see it happening? No. You know, I said Georgia gonna win it. Georgia gonna win that national championship. It's just out here. 41 years, no more jokes, man. It's out here. You know, told y'all this. Told y'all when the season first started. You know, and everything I really said, hopefully happened. Like I said, I said Georgia gonna beat Clemson, beat Florida, all that. You know, beat Arkansas, all that, Kentucky. You know, I said it. I made, like, don't tell me I'm biased Georgia fan. Like, all these Michigan fans been talking crazy. They ain't been talking real football. They been doing recently biased stuff. You know, delusional. All this about Michigan, about this, and Michigan, and, you know, they ain't talking real football. Then they talking about Georgia's schedule. Like, all that, none of that. Like, you, come on, like, you, like I say, Georgia, they had the same schedule as Michigan, they would still be in the playoffs. Michigan had the same schedule as Georgia, they would still have one loss or not even be in the playoffs. Especially, they could have lost the Clemson game. You know, they could have lost the Alabama game. They out of playoffs. You know, don't tell, because Michigan wasn't playing their best football when the season first started. Let's get it out of here. They were struggling against Rutgers and, you know, all the other teams. Either way, I'm saying that Rutgers, well, think about it, Rutgers with Arkansas. Arkansas was undefeated. So either way, don't tell me about Georgia's schedule. All they've been talking about nonsense. Yes, you beat Ohio State. It's about time. You know, you should not go with 7 or 8 years in a row without beating Ohio State. Definitely when you play them at home. You know, some years. So don't. And Ohio State got dominated by Oregon at their home stadium. So was Ohio State really good this year? I mean, yes, there was a top 17, but that top 17, you know, they was beatable. You know, every team this year was beatable. Either way. So Michigan fans, they've been talking crazy all on Instagram, all on YouTube. You know, and I come with facts. You know, I look at past history, I know you can't base it, but I look at tendencies. You know, Michigan gonna run the ball 40 times, 35, 40 times. Let's see, you can't get out of hand and you know, fast. Either way, they gonna aim for 35 carries. You know, Georgia, like I said, they ain't really got ran on since Auburn 2017, Kerryon Johnson, and all them way, all that, you know. So what you want about Georgia got exposed by Bama? Yes, in the passing, Bama didn't run on Georgia. Bryce Young got a 43 yards, but the running backs had like 65 yards. You know, like all the thing I say is be facts, dog. And I said it. I had a video, 37-minute video about Georgia fans being delusional about Stetson Bennett. And the thing is, and the scary thing is about Stetson Bennett, I think Stetson Bennett plays a great game. That's the scary part. I think Stetson Bennett plays a great game versus Michigan because they're going to doubt him. We doubt him. And I feel like Stetson Bennett going to just be like have a 22 for 30, you know, 330 yards type game, 3 touchdowns, and 1 rushing touchdown. Like, that's a scary thing because that happened. He's going to be an official starter versus Bama. And Bama might do the same thing, you know. But either way, everything I've been saying has been facts, based off facts. And Michigan fans say I'm this and that. Like, bro, y'all just going on recently by you, dog. Like transitive property hasn't worked all year. I mean, and you tell me how Georgia got no weapons. How Georgia running backs, you know this. Like, y'all don't understand. Hassan Haskins got 261 carries. Like 1,200 yards, 1,200, like 83 yards, something like that. Which is very good. DeAndre Swift never had 200 carries at Georgia in his career. In 2019, he had 193 carries for like 1,275 yards. Something like that. If DeAndre Swift ever got 261 carries, bro probably would have had 3,500 rushing yards. Just being real. Like, it's crazy, you know. So don't come to me about Haskins this and Haskins that. Dude, you got 261 carries, you should. All the other running backs we faced, like Rodriguez and Tank Bishop, all them other dudes, Tyler Beatty, all them other dudes got less carries, but better, you know, arguably better stats than Hassan Haskins. Blake Corum, yes, but most of his Blake Corum runs been big runs, special runs, you know, like 60 yard, like the Washington game, he had like a 75-yard touchdown, you know, so his stats look good. But it's like, most of it came from big play. I know he had ankle injury, you know, all that. But all his runs been from big plays mostly. And you get like 60 yard, 70 yard runs, you know, especially against scrub teams, you know, it make your stats look better. Like Stetson Bennett, people talking about Stetson Bennett QBRs like behind Kenny Pickett, Bryce Young. I mean, obviously, if you going 8 for 11, you know, especially, you know, the UAB game was like 9 for 11 or something, 10 for 12. Either way, you know, of course your QBR ain't gonna be high. So, like I said, I'm not a stats person. Because stats don't tell the whole story. You don't. Box score don't tell the whole story. You know, I'm a fan. That's why all my stuff, if, like I said, if Alabama came and ran for 300 yards on Georgia, I'm like, man, like, you know, how good is the you know, how really good is Georgia? It really is. The run defense, all, you know. But, you know, Alabama didn't run for 250 and pass for 250 on Georgia. God, that was the case. You know, the way I think about it, you know, Michigan will probably beat Georgia. And if Georgia did have 3 weeks to prepare, you know, 27, 8 days to prepare for this game, like if it was like a week or like 2 weeks within, my prediction would be different. Like, I was like, man, but Michigan might win. But Georgia, all this talent Georgia has, they get 27, 28 days to prepare for this game. I just don't think it's right for Michigan, you know. Like I said, if it was like 7 days, 11 days, 13 days, Michigan probably win. No lie, Michigan probably win. But you get past 20 days, 25 days, 27 to 20, it benefits Georgia more. And don't tell me about momentum. Like, a lot of that momentum is out there when you gotta wait 28 days. Like, all your, you got agents calling your phone about NFL draft. All this, might have family problems, all this baby mama problems, all this. So 28 days is a long time, So don't tell me about Michigan got momentum. No. Like, for all we know, Michigan could play like they did versus Rutgers and, against Indiana, all that. And Georgia could play, and could have a horrible game too, So either way, go Dogs. Hope it be a good game. All good games. Hope Alabama versus Cincinnati be a good game. Of course I want Georgia, to win, I want Georgia to blow Michigan out, but, hope it be a good game at first before Georgia, tease, and then blow Michigan out. Because I said Georgia's going to win by double digits. So I'm going to stand on that. Either way, man, let me know. It's game day, man. Let's go. Let's get it. Give me games, though. Y'all, man. Let's go. Michigan fans. I'm a man up. Don't run for me. Don't run for me out of the game, because I know a lot of people I want to go to. Dr. Detroit, a lot of them, I ain't gonna need to say no name, but Dr. Detroit, he was the main one. Been talking crazy. And there's one more I forgot. But yeah, I'm gonna see y'all though. Win or lose, I'm gonna see y'all, right? But hopefully I don't think Georgia's gonna lose the game. I've been right all year. I hope I won't be wrong now. But either way, go Dogs, baby.